What's up, guys? It's Lucifer, that Convention Guy Collectibles. This is like take 3. I've had some crazy stuff going on. But anyway, this is coming to you right after Steel City Comic Con. In fact, I just got home a little while ago, and I have a lot to say about this convention. Mostly bad. I guess there's some good. They had some good guests. But as far as the experience for the customer, terrible. There was a lot of issues, and I'll go into all of that at the end of the video. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that. In case you're ever thinking about going to Steel City Comic Con in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they do like 3 of these a year, I think. So definitely stay tuned because I have some things to say. Having been to, I don't know, 50 conventions at this point, all across the country, all different companies, there are some commonalities that they all have, and Steel City Con was like, hey, we don't care about any of that. We're going to do whatever we want. I spoke to one of the celebrities while standing outside of the hotel, and they said all the same horrible things that I had thought and said. They agreed and acknowledged that. So anyway, I'll talk about that more at the end. For now, let's talk about the actual good stuff of the convention, which was first and foremost the celebrities. So this is a poster of all the different celebrities there. Mike Tyson, Andy Serkis, William Shatner, you know, you got Method Man, you got Katie Seagal, you got all sorts of people. Not a huge list, as you can see, but some pretty good ones. Now, for me, I was most excited to see Katie Seagal. That is Gemma Teller from Sons of Anarchy, my favorite show. Peggy Bundy from Married with Children. She was 8 Simple Rules. She's the Connor. She's Futurama. She does all sorts of stuff, and she's awesome. So, let's get to her thing. Super long line. I had to buy a special VIP pass just for her in order to get VIP access, meaning skipping the general admission line. Now, that's a $400 and something ticket. That does not include anything else outside of Katie Seagal. It included a photo op. It included an autograph. That's $200. It also includes 3-day admission and a VIP pass for the other people, which is also like a $200 value. So all in all, good ticket. Second thing is, I handed her a red marker, which I like to use on my Sons of Anarchy items, and she said that she had a red marker that she liked to use. Again, I've said it before. You can prep your items, get everything prepared, but at the end of the day, the celebrity's going to do what they want to do. You can ask, maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. I had an example with Mike Tyson. I got to meet him and have my Funko Pop signed, and the guy told me, he's like, hey, you can give him your marker, but he may or may not use it. So I put it on there, and then he had his own marker in his hand, so his handler started handing it back to me, and then Tyson said, no. And he took it from me, and he used it. The guy was like, oh, that's awesome. He doesn't normally do that. So you just never know. So back to Katie Seagal. I keep going on tangents. So Katie Seagal signed my things, and she was the last one I needed for my action figure set. Now, all the others are signed in my really nice aqua blue. She signed in red, and this was her red, which looks great. And she did such a great job of signing it on the side there so as not to cover her action figure, which I thought was really cool. And then, sorry, I put my arm in the middle. And then here's the second one that I got signed. This is the exclusive, the one with the ice pick. Poor Tara. Okay, but that's that. All right, so those were 2 items that I got signed. Then I also got my Sons of Anarchy book that I've had a bunch, and she signed right there. Now, this is an example of what I was talking about the different reds. If you look at this book, I used one marker on... Oh, sorry. I saw these squiggles in the reflection. It looked like a smear, but it's not. It's just the way he signed it. Okay, so I used the red on all of this on this book. However, I did do a send-in for 2 signatures, and they used the red, and it came out totally different. One is right here. It's much darker. And then one is right here, much brighter. Now, actually, there was another one, but it doesn't matter. So she used her own, and if you look, it's a totally different kind of red. Almost looks more like a pinkish, kind of orangish color. I'll hold it up closer so you can see. That's the red that Charlie Hunnam used when he did the Sons of Anarchy symbol. And, you know, you can see the different reds on there. So she used her own. Again, I don't care. It's for my own personal collection. It sits right on my coffee table. I get to look at it every day. But it's not the same color. That can be a little frustrating. All right, so let me show you this before I forget. And that would be, if I can find it, my photo op with Katie Seagal. Now again, first thing they tell you when you walk up is no touching. So that's why I'm kind of just standing next to her. She looks to be, I don't know, is she uncomfortable? I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, right? All right, moving on. So I guess I'm just going to show it to you as I have it because I don't want to have to rearrange and all that kind of stuff. So I did buy a few things. I bought this Terminator 2 T-1000 figure. I've never seen this one before. Now I have one of these signed by Robert Patrick, but it's the police suit. So this one being the, you know, the liquid metal look is pretty cool. And I thought, you know what? I'll be seeing him pretty soon because I see him at a lot of different conventions. And getting this signed is just going to be awesome. So I did purchase that. I did purchase this for an upcoming convention. And that's a Ninja Turtles box set from the original show, 1988, original series. I'm about to, or I'm not actually going to Fanboy Orlando, but my brother is. So I'm going to send this to him. And he's going to have the 4 Ninja Turtles sign it. And then hopefully somewhere Kevin Eastman will sign it. And what I'm going to do is probably end up marking each spot and then leaving a spot for Kevin Eastman. So that's what this is for. Now, after having been to probably 10 conventions that William Shatner has attended, I've never gotten an autograph, and this time I decided to do it. Why? Because his line was really short. Most of the time at these conventions, his line is like crazy. Sometimes you even just have to pre-purchase a photo and he signs it and you come pick it up later. That's how bad it's been. But for whatever reason, this one, he was in a back room and I don't think a lot of people knew where he was, and therefore his line was really, really short. I mean, I think I was like the 4th person in line. Now, I know most people think of William Shatner, they think Star Trek. For me, it's Denny Crane, Boston Legal. This was like a great, great show that I did not watch while on, but I watched it recently and I binge watched it, and I just thought his character was hilarious. So he was sitting there, and I walked up to him and said, Denny Crane, Lucifer, Denny Crane, Lucifer. So, I don't know. It was funny to me, probably not to him, but anyway, it is what it is. Got that done. I thought that was cool. I did purchase a set of action figures, and they're from The Matrix. Now, I've never seen these before. They're not the better detailed ones. This is from N2 Toys, but this guy had all 4. Well, actually, I guess there's 6 in the set. He had 4. I don't really care about the other 2 because I got the characters that I really like. Agent Smith, my favorite, Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity. Now, I will say that I did not plan on buying anything like this, so I didn't bring extra bubble wrap. I didn't bring any extra cases in my bag, and I'll tell you what, lesson learned, because apparently I buy stuff. And so it would have been nice to have some extra bubble wrap to protect these things, and I noticed that, like, Trinity did get a bend in the card right here. I don't know if you can see that in the video. And that stinks, because the reason I bought them is because, number one, they were all 4, you know, of the major characters, and they were like mint condition. And having, when are these from? 1999. Like, to be in that good a condition, 1999, and the guy gave me a deal, it was like $20 a piece. I thought was really good for my collection. And again, they were great, and now this one has kind of a wrinkle in it, but that's all right. It is what it is. So I bought those 4 action figures, and I'm going to move this somewhere where it can be out of the way. Let's see. I'm going to go back here. You know this is going to fall as soon as I walk away. Okay. Here is that Mike Tyson pop that I mentioned, and my Mike Tyson photo. I don't know. It looks like I can take them. Just saying. I definitely got the height. Looks like I definitely have the reach, but if you hit me one time, I'd be in a coma, so never mind that. Please, Tyson, do not come after me. But it was cool meeting him. Did not talk on the line. It was like an assembly line. It basically just handed him the item. He signed, move it along. Sign, move it along. Sign, move it along. Which was a shame because right when the doors opened, now, I will say this. Tyson was awesome because he got there and started his line at 9:45. No one else did. Everyone else started at 10 or later. The doors open at 9:30 for VIPs and 10 o'clock for regular. And he was there at 9:45 signing. So he had a really, really, really long line right out the gate. But it went so fast because he wasn't talking to anybody. He just signed and moved along, sign, move along, sign, move along. So I had gone to somebody else, got their autographs, and then came back to his line, and it was empty. And I thought, it's empty. Like, maybe if he just took an extra 5 seconds to say hello or something, it would have made a little bit better of an experience. I don't know what the issue is there, but it just felt very rushed, and I totally get it. He was only there for one day. He had hundreds and hundreds of people, but I feel like he still had the time to do it. He just chose not to. Yes, the line would have been a little bit longer. The wait would have been a little bit longer, but I think the interaction that was non-existent could have been fixed with just 5 seconds. So anyway, that's my picture. There's my pop. I did get to see Andy Serkis again and had him sign this figure. Now, I tried the gold. 2 reasons. Number one, I was having him do a poster and an art print, and those were both in gold. So I thought rather than having to ask him to change markers, just let him go ahead with gold on this one. I thought it would look good. Turns out, I don't love it. I really don't. It's like really hard to see. It kind of just blends with him. And this is another one of those examples that is so important why you look at your items ahead of time and decide on what color. I should have just given him the blue color that I normally would have used and said, hey, could you sign it in blue? He would have done it, no problem. But it was like I was a little frazzled because of the gold art prints, which comes to another issue that I always have at conventions, that I only have 2 hands. If you have more than 2 items, you have to find a way to stack them without touching because paint needs time to dry. My problem is I had 2 posters. Posters, they roll, so you have to keep them in a way where you can hold them so that they don't roll back on itself and ruin the poster. So in that case, I didn't have 3 hands. I didn't have a way to hold this one at the same time. So I was a little bit more frazzled and worried about the posters, to be honest. But I'm glad I was, because I would rather not even worry about this and maybe sell this off and get another one signed in the color I want the next time I see him. But the posters, like, once it's done, it's done. And it would have been ruined. So I'm glad I chose the way I did. I did find a Ted Lasso pop that I did not have. It's the one with the Believe sign, I believe. I believe. Okay. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Yeah, this is a Funko Shop exclusive, and it has the little Believe sign. So that should be the last one in that Funko collection of Ted Lasso. I did find this Heisenberg 12-inch or 16. Wait, well, how big is this one? I don't know, 12 inches, 16 inches, something like that. It says a whole bunch of things, 16 iconic quotes. The guy says it still works. I never even tried. Stay out of my territory. Okay. Anyway, it's a really good, the box is in superb condition. Like, wow, like brand new mint, better than on the shelf. The plastic has a little dimple right there. You can kind of see in the light. Other than that, though, it's in really good shape. And again, I paid like 20 bucks. I think he had a price of 35 and I paid 20. So good deal for me. It'll go in the Breaking Bad collection. I thought that was a really good deal. All right. I did get to see Warwick Davis. I like him from the Harry Potter films. He was awesome in Willow, and he was really good in The Leprechaun. And so I had him sign this Funko Pop to glow in the dark. I haven't tried it yet, but that's pretty cool. I did buy a couple of pops just for fun from the show Billions. I got Chuck. I also got Wendy, which now finishes off the 4. Actually, I don't think I have Taylor. Should have bought Taylor. I saw her there too. Anyway, so those two, they were really cheap. I think it was like buy two, get one free or something like that. And then I also got this just because I thought the show was hilarious. Veep. And this is Gary, who was just a hilarious character. And I thought, you know what? I think it was like 3 for $15 or something. I was like, I'll do it for $5, you know? And then I saw these pops and I thought, dude, I've never seen these before. This is pretty cool. And it's 100 years of celebrating Warner Brothers. And it's Steve Urkel. It's inscribed, did I do that? And it's JLC authenticated, so that was nice. Already done. And then there's the Stefan Urkel, although they called him Steve Urkel again. And he wrote, be smooth. And you can see in the thing he's wearing a suit. This is the Chase, also JSA certified. And I just thought, you know what? Like, that's pretty cool for the collection. I was a big Family Matters Urkel fan, so to me, this is pretty cool. All right, moving on. Told you, I got a bunch of stuff. My Sons of Anarchy displays that were available on the website. I added Gemma Teller. Let's see if we can find out where she is. Just look for that weird, funky... Oh, is that it? Nope. Oh, right here. I have my hand covering it. Right there. Now, it actually does not look that bad on this one. You can kind of see it, kind of not. But anyway, I did have a little sticker up here for her to sign right there. She did it down there. So again, do your job. Have it prepared. Have it ready. But doesn't always mean you're going to get what you think you're going to get. So, but where she signed it, perfectly fine with me. After all, she is one of the stars of the show, so I have no issues with that. Here's another one. Again, available on the website. I don't know what that was. Oh, it dropped some stuff. All right, so there's that one, and she signed above, just like I asked. Again, you can see the difference in the red colors right there. That's okay. And then this one. This is one of my favorites. And she signed up here, which again, you can see especially now in that lighter color. Like hers is kind of more of a pinky color rather than the red color like everybody else. So it is what it is. I would have preferred her to use my marker. She didn't seem like she wanted to, so what are you going to do? I'd rather her sign it in her own color than not sign mine at all. So now, one of the other people that were there was Tom Ellis, the main star of the show, Lucifer. So I got him to sign, as well as Tom Welling, who played Cain, who also played the Sinnerman, and who also played Agent Pierce. And he signed with all 3 character names. Now, this will be available on the website. I was going to add some more signatures at Dragon Con, which is coming up at the end of August. So if you're interested in this now, I can sell it to you now. If you want to wait till I get those signatures, there's going to be about 3 more signatures on it, including Chloe Decker, Amenadiel, and what was her name? His sidekick. Oh, man, I can't remember. I feel horrible. Okay, well, moving on. I did see John Glover, who was Lionel Luthor in Smallville, but he was also the Riddler. Now, this one is from me, for my own personal. It says, riddle me this, Lewis. If you're so smart, why aren't you rich? And I'm going to put that with my Kevin Conroy Batman and frame those together, and it'll look awesome. I did get this signed by Tom Ellis as well, Lucifer. And this is like a cool foil photo. So that was pretty cool. This Warwick Davis one I did not get signed. And that's another part of the stupid VIP ticket thing. I did, in fact, decide to get the Warwick Davis VIP ticket. So even though I already had an autograph ticket. Oh, wait, did I? No. I was just in line to get an autograph. I went ahead and bought another $400 VIP ticket just so I could get in his VIP line to move it along because I was so far back. Now, I will tell you that I got in that line at 9:30. He didn't come in till after 1 o'clock. I would have been sitting in that line for 3.5 hours, and I would have been so... So getting the VIP allowed me to go do other things and get other people's autographs and do whatever else I needed. And then I came back around 2 o'clock and walked right up to his line. There was probably 15 people that I had to stand behind. I can deal with that. But here's the other catch on their tickets. You're only allowed to go to their line one time. So back to my problem before about the multiple things in hands and how I don't have more than 2. I had 2 Harry Potter posters I was getting signed, plus that Funko. That's 3 items, 3 difficult items to hold at the same time. How would I have gotten a 4th? Right? I would have loved to have gotten the sign because it has all of his great characters, including that from Star Wars. But I didn't have the hands, so I couldn't do it. Now, what I would suggest is I hope somebody out there who's watching this video knows somebody who knows somebody who knows the guy who knows a guy that might know him, to tell him, hey, that's another $100 that they lost out on because this stupid rule that Steel City Comic Con had, which is that you can only go to the line one time. So I paid $400, and all I wanted to do was get my thing signed. And unless I grew some extra hands somehow, I couldn't do it. Physically couldn't do it. And therefore, I ended up with this really beautiful print that I couldn't get signed because I just didn't have the hands to do it, and they wouldn't let me go through the line. Now, Steel City Con did tell me prior to the show that if on Sunday, when the show had died down, if his line had died down, that they would allow the VIPs to go back through the line. Maybe. Well, I did go back at about 3 o'clock on Sunday as the show was winding down. He still had probably 100, 150 people in his line, so they told me no. Now again, $100 that he would have made down the drain. And that happens several times, and that's a thing that I would say. Steel City Con, you're lucky that the celebrities don't know that your choices and your rules and your weird way of doing things is costing them money. Because I walked up to David Faustino's line, which is Bud Bundy, and I wanted to get a picture with him, and he had just kind of walked off and was standing there talking to somebody. And I asked the person that worked at Steel City Con, like, is he still there? Can I go walk up to him? And they were like, well, just wait here and see what he does. And, well, then he looked around. There's nobody in his line, so he decides, well, I'm going to leave. Well, I was ready to be in his line. They told me not to go in his line. So, again, cost him, I think it was like $60 for a selfie or something like that. Cost him money. Would have taken him 10 seconds to make $60. And the people there kept that from happening. And I'm not going to lie, that happened several times. I had a few Andy Serkis items I didn't get signed, a few Katie Seagal items I didn't get signed, Tom Ellis items I didn't get signed, Warwick Davis items I didn't get signed. I probably would have spent another $1,000. And again, $100 or whatever it is in their pockets, that the Steel City Con people kept that from happening. So I hope somebody is watching who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody to tell somebody, because they really do need to fix their convention. All right. Now, I do have posters. I do have, oh, God. I don't even know if I can get them out fast enough. You know what? I'm going to save those for another day. I do have a very cool Lucifer print that I got signed. You've seen in another video. But I'm going to wait till after Dragon Con to show you it all completed. I did update my Hobbit poster. I did update my Stranger Things. I got a couple things done. It was pretty crazy. So here's my photo with Tom Ellis. Here's my photo with Warwick Davis. And the last one, Marissa Tomei. All right. Now, if you are all set, enjoyed watching that video, please like the channel, like the page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save my complaints for a different video, so that way you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. All right. So that's it for now, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. Sorry it was so long, and sorry I rambled so much, but there was a lot. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you the next time. Thanks.